Hey guys, back again with another review. Today I've got the Thieaudio Monarch Mark II, and I've also got the Thieaudio Prestige Limited. These are the first two IMs I've heard from Thieaudio. They're not technically on a tour. They're not affiliated with Thieaudio at all. I've borrowed these off a fellow audiophile, and one of the guys that has joined our review group here in Australia recently. He's kindly lent his own personal Monarch Mark II and the Thieaudio Prestige Limited out just for a listen. And I thought I'd just take a little chance to do a purely subjective comparison. See, I'm not at all affiliated with Thieaudio. I haven't received these units from Thieaudio, anything like that. They're just purely loaners. And yeah, I thought I'd just for those who have the Thieaudio Monarch Mark II, I thought I'd just do a little comparison. I've had these for about a week or so. I've had a good listen to both of them. Where I think they differ is the Prestige is quite a bit bassier, warmer, and it actually feels a little more organic and a little more engaging, a little more musical than the Monarch Mark II, which in comparison feels a little bit more of a neutral signature. It still has good bass. It doesn't have the weight or the thickness of bass, especially in the sub bass that the Prestige Limited does. And the mids on the Prestige Limited as well are a little bit warmer, and the upper treble is a little bit more softened and has overall, I think it's just a slightly more natural presentation, where the Monarch Mark II feels a little more analytical in terms of how it presents compared to the Prestige Limited, and they both sound fantastic. They've both got excellent resolution, great tonality and texture, but the Prestige Limited just takes it up another notch and brings you more. It gives you more depth in the bass. It gives you more weight to things like drums, bass guitars. You feel that weight in the notes, and you get a slightly warmer and I think more engaging vocal and instrument presentation on the Prestige Limited. And I've been using the SpinFit CP145 large tips. They fit very nicely with the Monarch Mark II and the Prestige Limited. I think as a daily driver, I'd probably personally I'd probably pick the Prestige Limited, just for being just a little bit more engaging, a little bit warmer, and I think just a little bit more natural, not as analytical as the Monarch Mark II sounds in comparison. Like the Monarch Mark II just still sounds very nice. It has a nice bass, and it has the mid range is slightly thinner, and the upper treble has just a little more sparkle on the Monarch Mark II. But I think the slightly mellower and warmer, thicker presentation of the Prestige Limited, I really enjoy how that plays back. A lot of genres that I listen to, especially like vocal artists like Aurora and London Grammar, Lana Del Rey, and even to listening to heavy metal like Navel Viscaris and Gojira, Meshuggah. They have a thicker and weightier presentation in like the drums and the bass guitars, and the vocals just sound a bit warmer and a bit mellower, and I just really like how they are presented with the Prestige Limited. You even with things like jazz, it just has a warmer, more smooth and mellow presentation, but still has very nice details. Like it's not quite as analytical feeling, like I said, as the Monarch Mark II. It does have a thicker presentation and a thicker note weight to a lot of notes, but it's not overbearing. The bass doesn't like overpower the vocals or anything like that. It's very well textured and very well it's kind of, the bass stays where it needs to be. It doesn't overpower the vocals or the instruments very much at all. Like, it just adds a bit of note weight to instruments and vocals, and just makes them just a little more organic, I think, in the texture. The texture is just, a little bit warmer and a little bit more kind of natural and engaging, I think, on the Prestige Limited. And I really enjoyed the female vocals on the Prestige Limited. They're just very mellow, but also still very detailed. You still get great micro details, not quite as finite as the Monarch Mark II is. Like, they're not as kind of forward. I mean, the Monarch Mark II is still very well balanced, but the vocals and instruments just sound just a little more forward on the Monarch Mark II, whereas they just sound just slightly mellow on the Prestige Limited. Now, I really like that kind of playback. It's just more of a relaxing, engaging kind of a listen, a little bit more musical. Anyway, that's just my pure subjective listening impressions. Like I said, they're just loaner sets from another fellow audiophile, and he's going to be reviewing some units that we're getting in, like the Literature Cadenza 12, the 2024 edition. We're going to be reviewing that pretty soon. And I've just got the Geekfly GF3 in. They're a wireless in-ear monitor from Geekfly. They're a flagship wireless in-ear monitor, retailing at $299. They're an absolutely fantastic product, and I've only had those for a few days, so I'm going to take a little while to really have a good listen to them and to give my best impressions of those. I've also got the EPZ S350T Pro. They're another wireless in-ear monitor style TWS, and they retail for about around about $60 to $70. So yeah, I'm going to maybe bring you a video on those soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that my impressions of the Monarch Mark II and the Prestige Limited, especially for those who own the Monarch Mark II, has been informative, and it might sway you on whether you want to try the Prestige Limited or not. I don't know, but anyway, I really enjoyed both of them, especially the Prestige Limited. I think they're an absolutely phenomenal set, especially if you like a warmer presentation, which I do, and I also listen to a lot of music which has a lot of bass, like dubstep and drum and bass, hip hop, and they're really phenomenal for those genres as well. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll be back soon with some more reviews. And have a great rest of the week, guys.